everyone! In today's video I'm going to be going through my 2019 A-Level Psychology predictions, and this is for the aggression section of Paper 3. Just a quick note, I never studied aggression at A-Level, so I can't guarantee how good these predictions will be. And so this really does emphasise the need for you to make sure you do still revise everything. First, I'm going to be looking at what was in the 2018 paper. So there was a tick box question asking you to identify which statements were true with regards to neural and hormonal mechanisms. There was a question on desensitization as an explanation for aggression. And then your 16-mark question was on the social psychological explanations for aggression. And this was quite a broad question in the fact that you could have spoken about either the frustration aggression hypothesis, the social learning theory, or de-individuation. Because of the presence of the 16-mark question within this section, you weren't able to show off too much of your knowledge, and that's why I feel the 16-mark question was quite broad in wanting you to preferably talk about more than one social psychological explanation for aggression. So, what do I think could be in the 2019 paper? And again, just a quick note, I never studied aggression at A-Level, so I can't guarantee how good these predictions will be. I did, however, study some of the topics at uni, so I do have knowledge of some of these topics. Moving on to the predictions, first we have the ethological explanation of aggression. Within this, you have the adaptive function of aggression, which suggests that aggression is a beneficial trait as it is key to survival. It is also suggested that aggression is beneficial as it leads to dominance within a social hierarchy. Another explanation is ritualistic aggression. This looks at how aggressive encounters typically consist of ritualistic signalling of aggression as opposed to being explicitly aggressive from the outset. Another explanation is the idea of innate releasing mechanisms and fixed action patterns. An innate releasing mechanism is an inbuilt physiological process which is triggered by an environmental stimulus. This then releases a sequence of behaviours, which is known as a fixed action pattern. Lee then went on to propose 6 main features of the fixed action pattern, and you need to make sure you know what these 6 features are. And finally, there are also some studies that look into innate releasing mechanisms and fixed action patterns, such as that by Tim Bergen, and you just need to make sure you have an example that you're ready to talk about if an essay or a specific question were to come up. Next, we have institutional aggression in the context of prisons. Within this, you need to know about the different dispositional and situational explanations. Your dispositional explanation is the importation model. You'll also need to know about some research that goes alongside this, for example, the research by DeLisi. Your situational explanation is the deprivation model. Again, you need to know about some research that goes alongside this, for example, the study by Stainer. Next, we have the effects of computer games, which comes under the topic of media influences. Within this topic, you need to know about the different experimental, correlational, longitudinal and meta-analysis studies that have taken place, looking into the effects of computer games in aggression. There may be a question just asking you to outline and evaluate just one study, or to outline and evaluate a selection of studies. Within this section, there aren't any names specifically mentioned on the spec, so you don't have to be too worried if you cannot remember them. As long as the study you're describing is recognisable, you will be fine not knowing the name of the researcher. Again, under the idea of media influences, you have the role of disinhibition. Disinhibition is the idea that aggression is made to appear as a normal behaviour. Aggression may even be rewarded when shown within the media. Because of this, new social norms are created within the viewer with regards to what is acceptable in terms of being aggressive. This therefore modifies the processes that are learnt through the social learning theory. And finally, I've just mentioned about the neural and hormonal mechanisms, so although there was a question on this last year, it was only worth a very small number of marks, and therefore this definitely shouldn't be ruled out, as it's the kind of thing you may see every year, as it does underpin the rest of the topic. And again, I've just put here about the possibility of a comparison question. As I've said within all of my other Paper 3 topic videos, I do think there may be a comparison question somewhere within Paper 3. I think if it were to be in the aggression section, it could perhaps come up with asking you to compare the different media influences. But it's good to bear in mind that this is just a possibility and it may not be this, so just prepare for a comparison question on any of the topics you do find within aggression. And so just a final reminder that we have seen research methods appear here within paper 3 before, so just make sure that you're still prepared for research methods. You should have revised it for paper 2 anyway, so hopefully you will be fine. With all of that being said, I just want to say a huge good luck to all of you. Again, please do make sure you still revise everything, because as I said at the start of the video, I haven't done aggression before, so I can't guarantee the accuracy of my predictions. But if any of you do have any further predictions you'd like to make, or any advice or comments you have, just leave them down below for everyone else to see.